and welcome to the tutorial for the Beatrix pattern weights. These pattern weights are so handy for when you're cutting out fabric and they are super easy to make. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is cut out your fabric. You can cut as many as you like, but I'll be making 3. You don't have to fold your fabric in half as I've done and press wrong sides together, but it can help you later on when you're creating that shape. However, I would recommend that you iron under 1 centimetre of one of the long edges, wrong sides together. This really helps you when you're stitching up at the end. Now take your fabric and fold it in half, right sides together. You want to pin along the 2 remaining edges. Then stitch those with a 1 centimetre seam allowance. Trim off any of the threads and then turn your pattern weight the right side out. Now you're going to fill up your pattern weight with rice. I recommend using around 8 to 9 teaspoons of rice to fill your pattern weight, but it's up to you depending on how dense you would like it and how heavy you'd want it. Once you've filled your pattern weight, give it a good bash on the table to make sure that all of the rice goes to the bottom. Then you want to pinch the seam together to create the triangular shape. So rather than pinning it together straight, you're pinching it and creating this pyramid shape. You want to pin it as close to the rice as possible, all the way along the pattern weight to make sure that no rice comes out while you're sewing. Again, bashing it on the table really does help. Now you want to carefully stitch this together about 2 to 3 millimeters from the edge. As you fold it under that 1 centimeter right at the start, it should be really easy to just stitch a nice clean line along the clean edges without having to worry about folding them in now. You can hand stitch this and hide your stitches, but personally I recommend using a machine because you don't have to worry about keeping your hand stitching really neat. Make sure that when you're doing this, you're doing it slowly and you're moving anything on your sewing machine out the way that needs to be. You might need to raise your foot, leave the needle in the pattern weight, raise your foot and move it around a little bit as you sew. Once you've done that, you'll want to trim off any of the excess thread and just check that everything is stitched up nicely before you remove those pins. Then when you do remove the pins, I recommend maybe doing it over a bowl just in case you missed any areas and the rice doesn't spill out everywhere. And that's it, you're finished. I hope you enjoyed making the pattern weights and do check out the rest of our other patterns over at Notch Patterns on Etsy. Thank you.